A soundtrack has three elements: dialogue, music, and effects. DME. Dialogue is shorthand for any spoken word like an announcer track. Doesn't have to be specifically dialogue between two people. Music is anything from a symphony orchestra to a drone on a didgeridoo, and effects is anything from breathing to giant explosions. In this title, we're going to work with the spoken word, with sound effects, with music tracks. We'll create music, we'll explore sound design, we'll work with video, and along the way, we'll learn about the interface and options for DSP, digital sound processing, and workflow, which is saving and archiving. So I've tried to divide things up so that if you only care about music editing or about sound design, you can watch what you need, but there are advantages to watching the whole title. We've included exercise files so you can follow along. I decided to stay with the plugins in this title that ship with Pro Tools, no third-party plugins. You can use whatever hardware you have, from your host computer to a full HD system. I built the title on a Mac, but when I call out hotkeys, I'll try to remember to give you the PC version as well. Most of the time, that's as simple as changing command something to control something, as in Shift-Command-N becoming Shift-Control-N. Pro Tools is a pretty stable program, but every once in a while it does something unexpected and usually unwelcome. You might have to restart the whole application, and once in a while you have to shut down and restart the computer. I'm willing to bet that sometime in this title that may happen. I'm willing to bet that sometime in your Pro Tools life that will happen to you. So when it happens in the classroom, it's a teaching moment. Students learn how to problem solve, which frankly is part of working with Pro Tools. So I've talked to other trainers and trainees, and I fall into the school of thought that rather than edit out the parts where Pro Tools misbehaves, I want to leave them in so you can see the thought process and the problem solving. Because every Pro Tools operator, sooner or later, will hear something you don't want to hear, or not hear something you do want to hear, and I think there's value in that troubleshooting. So when it happens, we'll try and work through it. Neither of us would have much fun if this were simply a movie version of the software manual, so rest assured it isn't that. I learned Pro Tools to be creative with sound and music, and my guess is that's your interest too. So that's where we'll try and keep the focus. But we do have some housekeeping to accomplish before we start recording.